Are you truckin' too? Race fans, welcome once again to Gravity Throttle Racing and the finals of Season 5. This is Air and Take.
And my name is Richard Gere. Race fans, we began with 32 and now we're down to these 4 drivers. We're going to let you know more about them. We're excited, very excited. Each of them has had their own journey, and Aaron is going to tell you more about them.
We had a fantastic freshman come here, just east of us, here in Colorado. And that's Janabi with Janabi Racing. In that 67 Chevy, well-balanced, and he was the number 1 seed with the fastest time. He also had the most points coming into this final. And then, all the way from Luxembourg, was Shoddy, driving the 1995 GMC Cyclone. He had the 6th fastest time trial and upset Hades in order to get here to the final. And then from Florida, we have Johnny Smack with Ruckus Racing. He qualified in time trials in 22nd place, but has been lightning quick. And finally, it is Marco
Polo,
who was the number 3 seed in qualifying in the time trials and set a record with 8 straight first place finishes and 35 points. Race fans, buckle up. Are you truckin'? Are you trackin'?
The drivers are slotted in their positions with Marco Polo on the inside and Janabi out there on the outside. There's the green light. Oh, what a nice even start. They're all over the creek just fine. Johnny Smack is squeaking out in the lead, and there's Marco Polo right on the inside. Look at Scotty go as he drifts well, and look at how Marco Polo and Johnny Smack are just not giving an inch as they get stuck on the Joker lane. Scotty has the lead down the runway. Janabi's right on his tail. Around the Big U they go. They're both looking quite smooth. Onto the scrambler. Scotty is spinning around. Janabi is not able to get ahead of him, and Scotty takes first, and Janabi will have second place.
And race fans, I don't think we could have asked for a tighter beginning as Janabi gets a flame for a very smooth drift. And watch him catch up to Shoddy there around the turn. But it's Marco Polo and Johnny Smack that go through the tunnel side by side. They come out and get stuck, and that will cost them dearly. Remember, Shoddy was the number 6 qualifier in the time trial, and his speed is on display. Even though he gets spun around, he comes through for the victory. After the first round of racing, remember we've got a flame next to Janabi, but it is Shoddy in the lead with 4.
In all our excitement, race fans, we didn't mention that Marco Polo comes to us from Texas, but represents Puerto Rico, and here we go. Johnny Smack has a slight lead as they make their way over the creek, and it is Scotty that falls behind. Now take a look on the Joker lane as Marco Polo has the lead, but oh, what a nice drift. And Johnny Smack is just pouring on the speed. You can tell he's well ahead of the other drivers. Oh, a nice 360 on the runway, and here comes Marco Polo. Oh, giving him a big smack. Johnny Smack gets smacked, but he's still in first place. He's looking quite smooth down. The scrambler, he takes first, and it is Marco Polo in second and Janabi in third.
Let's go back here and look at the instant replay package. One thing we're seeing with all of the drivers, they are consistent over the creek jump. However, you can see where Shoddy got a little loose, and that kept him behind. Not sure why he got stuck later on and never finished. As we watch the instant replay there, we see it as he crashes into and gets stuck between the flags. Now, Johnny Smack was lucky. After a 360, he tightens up the field but holds the right-hand side down the scrambler. There's a battle for second and third. Let's go to the scores after 2 races. It is Janabi with a 2nd and a 3rd place finish, taking the lead with 5.
And Scotty is now here on the inside closest to us, with Janabi next to him, Marco Polo, and Johnny Smack on the outside. The light is green. Scotty looks good, but now Marco Polo is pulling out into the lead. He's got the lead, and Janabi's looking good. Nice drifting by Marco Polo. A little bit of a spin around by Johnny Smack, and Marco Polo is going to come out ahead of Scotty, and Scotty seems to have spun out, and Marco Polo beautifully executed around the Big U. Onto the scrambler, going to the right side, bumping a little bit, coming through. First place. Wow, look at Johnny Smack just fly through in second. Scotty in third. Oh, and here comes Janabi coming in 4th. I wonder what held him up.
Race fans, let's go back here and watch in real time as Marco Polo just smacks into the barrier. Johnny Smack cartwheels his way around. Shoddy is looking good and smooth, but Janabi, check him out. He is just about stalled as he makes his way around the Joker lane. Here come the first 3 drivers. Shoddy has some difficulty. He's got himself straightened out down runway 3, but the clock is ticking and the train is coming uphill. And there's Janabi, just rocketing down the runway, but he doesn't manage any more than 1 point. Race fans, we've got a 7-7-6-6. It is anybody's race. That's what we expected.
You're watching round 4 of 8 rounds of racing now. The lights are yellow, and the trucks have rotated through all the lanes. There's the green light. Oh, and Johnny Smack has already flipped over. Marco Polo has the lead. Look at Janabi pull up there. This is going to be tight. Nice drifting, and Marco Polo takes the lead. Janabi is bouncing his way around, but Marco Polo has a clear lead. Scotty's got some ground to make up as he exits the Joker lane and onto the runway, holding the left side, right side. He's a little bit loose as he makes his way around, and Janabi's caught up. Oh, Janabi's flipped over. He's sliding in. Is he going to make it? He will make second place, and it will be Scotty in third.
Well, Richard, as we talked about earlier, anytime these drivers get into a self-inflicted accident like we see Johnny Smack doing here, in a final like this against Marco Polo, it's going to cost them. Marco Polo has the lead, and Janabi, we have not seen him roll over on the scrambler. He does, but thank goodness his car can slide down efficiently like it did to keep second place. After the 4 rounds of racing, Marco Polo has the lead with 11, but Janabi is right there with 9. Okay, race fans and builders, this is for you.
Dad, I want to build a car that I can race a GTR, but everybody's building, and I won't be able to do it.
Ah, son, anyone can race now. Introducing the GTR Halftime Soapbox Derby Challenge.
Whoa!
Don't count your eggs before they're hatched, and you know what? Put your best foot forward. You just might win. If you work hard enough, you can make a pig fly.
Wow, Dad, let's start building now.
Well, first, son, you're gonna have to clean off your old man's desk.
I want to build a soapbox Lamborghini.
No, you can't do a Lamborghini. You gotta start simple, with the base, and you need to cut it up. It's best if you cut the rear bumper and the front bumper off, and maybe even the sides, and then put wheels on it.
Wow, Dad, it looks like a cart.
It's a good idea to use JP Weld as cement.
Hey, Dad, look what I built for the top. It looks like a canoe.
Maybe you can take this spoon and glue it in somewhere.
Nah, Dad, I want to put a porta potty in the back of my canoe. I want the driver to be able to go fast and use the bathroom.
Well, you can tape it in or glue it. You can do whatever you want. It can be as ugly as you'd like.
You're saying mine's ugly?
Not at all, son. It's the best looking one I've ever seen. Now you just put the soapbox derby together. Look, it fits well. Let's paint it.
I want it orange.
And we'll use a spray can because we're professionals.
Okay, here goes.
Are you done? I'll turn it around.
Okay, I'm done with that side.
Son, life is like a box of tire weights, and your derby car has to weigh at least 40 grams.
Look, Dad, my soapbox derby car is all done.
Now it's time to pick a driver and a navigator. Are you going for the girls? I'll bet you're girl crazy.
Nah, Dad, girls are gross. I just want to see them wreck.
Well, good luck. Your race is just about to begin. Race fans, do you have what it takes to build a zany, wacky, totally outlandish soapbox derby car, or truck, or airplane, or submarine that is going to make it all the way down Shavano Mountain Raceway? For more information about this crazy event, we encourage you to go to redlinederby.com. If you haven't done so, make an account and then go to events. You might have to go to more racing, and you may even have to click on all events. But look for us in the July 2023 GTR Halftime Soapbox Derby Challenge.
All right, Aaron, so you saw my son and I. We're gearing up to do this. How about you? Are you and your daughter going to do it?
Which one?
Oh, that's right. You have 7 and 13 grandkids. All right. Hey, race fans, let's get going. It's the second half of racing. Now, Janabi and Scotty will have the chance for extra points as they make their way over the train. They're doing pretty well, but boy, lightning fast Johnny. Okay, it looks like Scotty has got a point and Janabi has a point, but it is Johnny Smack out in the lead and Marco Polo in second as they make their way around the Big U. Both are spinning around, but it is going to be Johnny Smack in first. Oh, there's an accident. Johnny Smack in first, Marco Polo in second, Janabi in third, and there is Scotty in fourth.
That was a key win for Johnny Smack, taking the win over Marco Polo here as they both had the inside and Joker lanes. Now watch Johnny here accelerate past Shoddy on the undulations in the snow, and we've seen him do it before. Shoddy has a nice drift. So does our guy Janabi. Little late for the train, and here we go. You really begin to see how well-tuned these trucks are as they all are making their way down runway 3 in a straight line. But Shoddy loses it, and yep, we just confirmed a third place finish goes to Janabi. So after the 5 rounds of racing, 1 point for Janabi and 1 point for Shoddy are added for crossing the train, and Marco Polo has the lead by 2.
Well, race fans, it's race number 6, and Marco Polo is in the Joker lane. He's going to have 2 more tries, both tries, to get extra points over the train, so the other drivers have to be able to capitalize. And Johnny Smack has flipped over. Marco Polo has the lead. Janabi is trying to catch up to him. Janabi pulls in right behind him on the Joker lane. Wonderful drifting by Scotty. Oh, but he's off the track. Oh, I don't know if he's going to make it, but he's well behind. Marco Polo has the lead going down the runway, looking very fast, and Janabi is trying to stay with him. Here comes Marco Polo spinning around, but Janabi spins around. First place for Marco Polo. Second place goes to Janabi. And here comes Scotty in third. Can he finish? And he will. Third place will go to Scotty. That is very critical.
And we'll take a look here at Shoddy as he makes his way onto Mesa Butte. He's done a wonderful job throughout this competition with drifting, and he gets a flame for that one. That is wonderful to see. A nicely executed drift puts him ahead of the white box car, and that's 2 points, but immediately afterwards, he gets off the track. Now let's watch here from the third camera angle as the other drivers exit the tunnel, and Shoddy is going to make it around. He gets onto runway 3, and that's what allowed him to finish. A wonderful train view as Marco Polo, with just blistering speed, extends his lead, and here comes Shoddy making his way around. More fans are showing up to see the action. After 6 rounds of racing, it is Marco Polo with a 3-point lead. Janabi, 3 points behind, takes second place, and Shoddy, having that 2 extra points, puts him in contention with 2 races remaining.
And with 2 races remaining, who is going to take the crown? Things are looking good right now for Marco Polo. And the light is green. Here they go. Nice start by Scotty as he makes his way there. And, Marco Polo almost ran off the track. He's back on and in the lead. Here he comes around, drifting well. Look at that trampoline bounce.
Oh dear.
What's that, Aaron?
The billboard sign on the Joker lane just landed on Janabi's truck, but he's still racing.
Okay. And, wow, Scotty is really twirling around on the runway. Now it's Johnny Smack in the lead, and Janabi's in third. He's right behind. Here comes Johnny Smack, and and Janabi takes second. It's Marco Polo in third. What a crazy race.
We'll go back here on instant replay and recap everything. There you see Marco Polo just about lose it up there at the top, and the judges are trying to decide whether or not, watch the billboard sign, land right on top of Janabi's truck, whether or not this is even a valid race. Now, first of all, it is Scotty that gets into trouble on the runway. And look at Janabi just fly by. Keep in mind, Janabi got hit by the billboard, and yet he came in second, and he came ahead of Marco Polo. This is important. We're having to look here now. Scotty is stranded. We can see him here on the runway stranded. He got 0 points. Really, this is the best scenario for Janabi to take second place in this race and have Marco Polo take third. He is within shot, and he's going to accept this race as is. We're going to go into the final race with the scores as you see them.
And race fans, this makes perfect sense. Janabi is 3 points behind Marco Polo. They both have an opportunity to cross the train. Janabi's within shot. So is Johnny Smack, and Johnny Smack has already flipped out. That's too bad. And look at Scotty go as he's making his way. He is screaming. Nice job by Marco Polo pushing his way through. Okay, each one will get 1 point for crossing the train. They are ahead of Scotty. Scotty is too far behind so far. Marco Polo has a glorious lead. Look at him go around. And it is Janabi in second. Spin around. Marco Polo takes the win in first. Janabi in second, and it is Scotty in third on the final race, ladies and gentlemen.
And race fans, there's some interesting developments here. Let's just recap things. A spectacular crash begins Johnny Smack's final run. It is going to be Marco Polo that gets a flame for that gorgeous drift as he pushes his way past. Let's take a minute here and just watch at real speed what Marco Polo has done on this final race. Look at him accelerate and come through, passing Janabi and making his way over the train bridge and around the chicanes with very little problem. He extends his lead and holds a very straight line down the runway. Runway 3, around the big U. He doesn't seem to slow down one bit. And on the scrambler, we've never seen him tip over. He comes through, flashing that beautiful orange truck and taking first place. The preliminary scores put him ahead by 4 points. Let's go to the best performing drift. There were 3 in the first race. In the first round, it was Janabi. That was a gorgeous drift. Then in race number 6, we saw Shoddy take a beautiful line and come in. And then in this race here, it was Marco Polo that bullied his way into the front. The judges are going to take Shoddy. Now let's take a look at how this affects the score, because Shoddy has 2 extra points. He is now in third place.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute, Aaron. Remember, we have to look back at the rule book. It specifically states Title 14, Chapter 1, Subchapter C, Part 25, Subpart B, Section 25201, Paragraph A2 of the Code of the GTR Racing Regulations states, up to 2 additional points shall be awarded to the driver who is judged to have the best performing drift, as defined in Paragraph A1. But this cannot result in a win, only in sudden death.
Wow, you got that in one breath. Maybe you should be named Aaron Tate.
No, I'll leave that name with you. But I will tell the fans, Scotty is on the outside lane because winning the best performing drift has given him the advantage, but it doesn't seem like much right now, as it is Johnny Smack who's pulled way out. Good drifting by Scotty. This is going to be very close as they come around, and it is, watch out as he accelerates. Oh, but Johnny Smack has spun around, and Scotty has the lead coming around the big U. Here we go, onto the scrambler. If Scotty can hold it together, he might just win, and he does. He comes through. Okay, Scotty has 1 win. Remember, race fans, the first to 2 wins is gonna take 3rd place in this competition. And now, Scotty's on the inside, Johnny Smack is on the outside. Johnny has the early lead. Scotty's pulled up tight with him, but Johnny is pulling a little bit ahead. And now, here we go. Oh, something's happened to both drivers as Johnny Smack is stuck on the drift. And Scotty is trying to make his way around. If Scotty can finish this race, he will take the bronze medal in Are You Truckin 2. He is methodically making his way down the runway, picking up some speed now, and around the Big U. You know, he might just break Big Mike's slowest track record. And he comes through with it, and he wins. Okay, our 3rd place finisher is going to be...
Here, Richard, let me help you. You've had a lot to say lately. In 3rd place, taking the bronze medal is Shoddy with Nickel Racing. Congratulations, Shoddy. In 2nd place, Janabi with Janabi Racing. And the number 1, the gold medalist is Marco
Polo
from Polo Racing.
Some of these trucks race fans have been here with us since February, and our 2 truck tournaments, Are You Trucking and Are You Trucking 2, have come to an end. But we have a big surprise. The 2 finalists from the first tournament are going up against the 2 finalists from the second tournament next week.
Are you trucking too?